Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Clips are having a hell of a week, right? Yesterday we talked about the Grammy nominations. They got nominated for 5 Grammys. That guy Sort 'Em Out was nominated in the Rap Album of the Year category, Album of the Year category, right? So Be It was Music Video of the Year category. Chains and Whips with Kendrick and Pharrell was Best Rap Performance category. And The Birds Don't Sing is nominated in the Best Rap Song category. So that's 5 in total. And we talked about it yesterday. I talked about how I would like to see things go as a fan of not just the Clips but of hip hop, as a whole, because that's what it is for me. It's like, man, I have my favorite artists. I have my favorite projects, man, but I love this hip hop thing and I love to see hip hop thrive. So here we are. But they also are part of the GQ Men of the Year issue. And they did another interview with Frazier Tharpe. Shout out to Frazier Tharpe, amazing journalist. He did the first GQ story this year on Clips and did an amazing job with that. So they're back here at the end of the year for the follow-up. This exists online, written, so you can go read it. And it's on YouTube on video, so you can watch it. I'm going to put both links in the description. Want to talk about it a little bit, particularly 2 parts, or 3 parts really, but particularly I want to talk about the criticism, the part about, Frazier asked him about the criticism that Clips got for like using Travis Scott beef to promote their album. I thought they said something really interesting there. They talk about the Grammys, and Pusha has some words about his passion for lyric-driven hip-hop. But I also want you to watch the whole thing, so I'm not going to go through the whole interview. Plus, I think it's better to experience it watching it than or reading it than to hear me talk about it. But we're going to talk about a little bit of it. But first, please like, subscribe, share, hype, do whatever you got to do, man. Definitely subscribe to the channel. If you watch this for more than 5 videos and you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, turn your alerts on. I'm telling you, it helps a lot. All right. Definitely doesn't hurt. It helps a lot. So we're going to get right into it. Frazier asks him, he says, not to get too meta, but you got criticism for some interviews like ours and others about being confrontational, airing out grievances with the likes of Kanye and Travis Scott. Some people would say that you're stoking that to promote. That's for Pusha, really, because Pusha was the one on So Be It that had the verse about Travis. You cried in front of me, you died in front of me, Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me, like talking to Travis. But Malice is the one who jumps in, right? He says, yeah, but look who's saying that, though. Because on the other end of the spectrum, there are people who really see clearly that Pusha don't lean on that kind of stuff. And look how long he sat on what has been going on. But that's what they do on the other side. So they think that we play that over here. But nah, we don't. And we don't snitch and we don't tell. And then Frazier says, standing on it, say what I had to say and that's it. And Pusha says, you can't let the journalism be a main focus of the rollout and tiptoe around shit. I wasn't going to come in and give you scenarios and be tiptoeing around the stories. I'll take the criticism. It's fine. But never call me a liar because I never lie. I never lie. Let me tell you something. I think that line's for bitches. If you lie about shit, that's because you're scared of something. And I'm not scared of anything or anybody. So what I say is what I say. I appreciate that answer as a journalist. Listen, I've been in situations, and anybody in this industry, in the journalism or media could tell you, like, where the artist's manager comes in or the publicist, the label, whoever, and says, yo, you can't ask about such and such. You can't ask about such and such. You can't ask about such and such. I've turned down interviews. Because for me, I'm like, yo, you got to let me ask the question at least. If an artist, even if an artist wants to no comment or give a bullshit answer, at a certain point, you just got to move on. But you're not going to put me in a position where I can't ask about the thing that everybody wants to know about, that the audience wants to know about, that y'all want to know about. So I appreciate Pusha's stance here, saying, yo, we came in and part of this rollout is that we hit all the outlets. They hit GQ, they hit New York Times Podcast, they hit Joe Budden, they came to Genius, they sat with me at Genius, and then you tiptoe around shit. Like you can't do that. I've turned down interviews where I've spoke about it here before. I'm not even going to get into it because then that'll be a whole sidebar. But I've turned down interviews before plenty of times. But huge artists, biggest artists in the world. Yo, we want you to interview this artist, but you can't ask this, that, or third. No, I'm gonna look crazy. And God bless them for saying, yo, not only are we not asking, can't you ask? we want to address it. Like, I'm not going to address it in the music and then not address it. So shout out to them for that. And shout out to all the artists that understand that part of the storytelling, right? What else did I want to get to? I want to get into this, there's this concept, right? Of when we're here talking about the Grammys, and we were talking about charts last week, and to achieve those type of accolades, a lot of times you got to do more than just rap. When you're a hip hop artist, you got to have the melody in it. You got to make it more palatable for mainstream. And a lot of people either don't understand me or purposely misunderstand me when I'm saying that we're not seeking that type of validation. Like rapping is enough to me. Like, being a dope MC is enough to me. Like a dope like when we think about Clipse, best rap performance, Chains and Whips. Like, literally, that is some high top tier rapping, best rap performance. Yes. All the verses. And even think about Kendrick's verse, like the Gen, we've talked about the GEN rhyme scheme and the Gen rhyme scheme. Like that is amazing rap performance. You know what I'm saying? So rapping is enough. But anyway, Frazier asks is this. He says, can we talk about the process a little bit? Pharrell was cooking up a la carte. And I think you said this to Joe Budden about how you sometimes tell Pharrell what you didn't want and to scale things back. What's that process like to fine tune and everything? Where the three of you have been working together for so long, but chasing new highs. Because of course, Pharrell could give you like grinding, like just hard rap joints, or he could give you Because I'm Happy, or he could work with Daft Punk. Like, Pharrell got so many different zones. So Pharrell's just a musical dude. But Pusha says this. He says, I think we find it's a lot of different emotions that go into the process, but then you get into the stubbornness of knowing exactly what you want and not wanting to waver. I'm extremely passionate about hardcore lyric driven hip hop. I think that's where you show your skill set. I don't think that ever goes out of style, and I don't think a lot of people could do it with taste and swag. So if that's not the target of the bullseye after song 1, 2, or 3, I'm getting pissed. P's like, nah, man, you need these colors. I'm like, man, listen, you better get to it. I love that. To me, I think that this is what it's about. It's like, we talk when we have these more mainstream conversations about what's popular in rap or in hip hop. We talk down on rap, like rapper is a bad thing. Like, oh, he just raps. Oh, all he does is rap. Nobody want to hear that shit. Scaring the whole music. Like you heard all the criticisms, and it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is very hard to rap. The real thing is, a lot of people want the bar to come down so they could jump over it. You know what I'm saying? So they can make it a little easier for themselves to jump over it. That's just my opinion, but I love to see Pusha here talking about just his love for hardcore lyric driven hip hop. And in the Grammys, a lot of people, I've seen criticism of people who misunderstand me or purposely misunderstand what I'm saying when I was talking about Billboard and when I talk about the Grammys, when I'm like, we don't need this validation. But the other part of it, the recognition is nice, but the validation to me comes from us, from what we think is dope. Y'all don't tell us what's dope in our shit. Y'all don't come in our house and tell us what is dope. Nah, this is the shit that we like. And then y'all could partake in it, but I love what Pusha is saying here, and I think this not directly but indirectly lends to this whole thing about validation. Like, Pusha in his quote here is like, I'm not chasing nothing. Pharrell is saying, yo, you need these different colors, and I'm saying, nah, I just want hardcore lyric driven hip hop. It's what I want to do on this project. And it's not that Pharrell is wrong. Pharrell, again, is a master producer. But when it's honing in onto what the audience needs, what the clips represent, what we need right now, and Push was right. And I don't know. I wasn't in those rooms, so I don't know exactly what Pharrell was pushing for. So there's just assumption. But Push is very clear: hardcore lyric driven hip hop. And then this kind of leads to the Grammys, right? And I'll end here after this because I want y'all to go check out Frazier's whole shit. You will experience it much better just watching it instead of hearing me talk about it. But he says, how are you guys feeling about going into award season? The Grammy conversation gets split among hip hop. Sometimes people are like, do we want that validation? Does it matter? And Malice answers, he says, you got to understand, to us, we already been validated with our art form and the music that we put out. So to be able to walk into the Grammy nomination, you got to first have the product, then you connect to the plug. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they wanna take it home. Frazier says, I'm hearing buzz for beyond the rap categories too. And Pusha says, man, I'm hearing it. Bringing home that hardware will mean everything. We going for it. We made the album. We looked at it like this is strong, and we need to take something home for this. And you know, that's that, man. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they want it. Like, I don't blame them for wanting it, but the fact is, with or without it, we already determined that the Clipse dropped a fucking modern day classic with Let God Sort Them Out. So we'll see how it plays out, and we'll be watching. But this was a good interview, man. They talked about, and here's conversations that we've been having about did Malice outshine Pusha on this album. They talked about that. They talked about possible new music. They talked about the Jay-Z verse that didn't happen, and is there room for more Jay-Z verses? So it was a dope interview. As somebody, again, who does interviews, who loves doing interviews, I'm also a fan of when people do great ones, and Frazier did a great one, so please check it out. Until the next time, we got a lot more conversation, we got a lot more stuff to talk about here about music, so please subscribe, please turn your alerts on, please stay tuned to this channel, because we're gonna get very active. All right, peace.